welcome back to Flannel Acres. Today I wanted to show you how to make a buddy burner. It's basically a mini camp stove type deal where you can cook some stuff on it, and it's small and kind of a personal size thing. It's a great project for kids, for scouts. It's something that I made as a Girl Scout many years ago, and I happen to remember how to do it. So that's what we're going to do today, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I actually had this part of the video recorded yesterday, and when I transferred it to the computer, somehow the files all disappeared, the ones that I did of us actually making these. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. This burner has been used already, so it looks kind of messy, but you'll get the idea. What you're going to need for this project is a large coffee can, and the ones that we have are, the labels that were on them said 33 ounce coffee can, metal coffee can. You don't ever want to use the plastic, obviously. You're going to need a tuna fish can that's empty and clean. You'll need some corrugated cardboard, and you'll also need some wax, and we used some old candlesticks that were discolored and kind of bent and not really good for using anymore. You'll need some tin snips and scissors, maybe a straight edge if you can't cut straight. And I think that's about it. So I'll give you a quick rundown here of what we did. Okay, with the coffee can, you need to take the label off. Most of them have a paper or plastic label, and clean it out. It'll have maybe some coffee grounds on the inside, and the top of it, or actually the bottom of the can, which will become the top, is going to be our cook surface, so you need to clean that as well. The first thing that we did was cut a kind of a vent hole. It's the top of the can. So in the top of the can, we use the tin snips to just cut 2 cuts here and then bend it open. And then what you need is a can opener, the type that makes the triangle holes in a can. And we put 3 holes opposite of this hole. So the opposite side of the can, as that flap is where you want to put these holes. And we did 3 there. 3 or 4 is sufficient, I think. And then what you want to do is cut a long strip of cardboard, and you want it to be corrugated cardboard so you can see those holes in there. And the strip of paper needs to be about as wide or a little bit wider than what the can is. So you cut a long strip of that, somewhere between 40 and 50 inches of that is what we did, and you roll it up and kind of shove it into the can there. Then we took the scissors and pressed down in the middle and just stuck a thin strip of cardboard down into that made a wick, and it stuck up probably about 1 inch from this. Then what you want to do is break apart your candles or whatever kind of wax you're using and put those into a saucepan that you don't care if it has wax in it, or maybe just kind of an old little saucepan or something will work fine for this, and melt those down until they're completely liquid. And then what we did was pour that hot wax into the burner here until it filled up, and that it was kind of tricky filling it up because it kind of bubbles and steams, and as it settles in there you'll need to pour more in. So ours were filled until they just started coming over the edges, and then you let that cool overnight. So when you use the burner, you actually are going to light the burner here, and then you put it under the can, and then it'll heat the top of your surface here, and you can cook on it. Alright, so that's basically the rundown on how we made these buddy burners. If you have any questions, please leave those in the comments below or send me an email, and I'd be happy to answer those for you. I don't know if I left out any little details with this since we lost the video files on it, but did the best that I could, and hopefully it all made sense and you'll try this out. The next part of the video is going to be us actually using these. Our kids wanted to make breakfast with them, so that's coming up next. Alright, it's the next morning and the kids are ready to cook their breakfast. A couple of tips before you get started with this. Make sure you're doing this outside on a level surface, and always have a fire extinguisher source nearby, either a fire extinguisher itself or a garden hose or something. Because if you're cooking something greasy like sausage or bacon and some of that gets a little too hot or drips down into the flame and catches fire, you want to get that put out quickly. So we're going to get started here. We're going to have them cook some eggs and bacon. You could probably do pancakes on this. I haven't tried that yet, but you could try that as well. So, all right, let's get started. It'll shrink up. There you go. And breakfast is served. Okay, when you're done with the flame, you need to put it out. If you have an extra can available, you can just put that over top of it and it should snuff it out. And there you go, it's out. Now, just let that sit there and cool. There's hot wax in there and you just want to let that cool and harden, so just let it sit. Okay, so we're done cooking and the flames are put out and the bellies are full. This went really, really well and the boys each gave it double thumbs up, so they definitely want to do this again, maybe next time with pancakes. The flames lasted quite a while. We did several rounds of bacon and eggs until everybody was filled up, so that lasted quite a while and they were still burning well when we put them out. So that you could easily cook for several people doing this with just 2 or 3 of these burners. As long as you're patient, you know, it takes a few minutes for each thing, but it went really well. Hey, if you like what you see here and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you click the like button. You can also subscribe for free on YouTube and also subscribe for free on our website. So go and click those buttons for us and you can get updates when we put new stuff out. All right, we'll see you next time.